Guys, my name is Nonima Tikela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So please make sure you don't forget to like, to share, to comment. And most importantly, please make sure you're subscribed on the channel. And also don't be shy with our super thanks, please. Now, let's get into today's video where we talk about how Ramsipile dealt with Mogane's evidence. Ramsipile was not here to play Sana when he was busy with his re-exam. He was just coming to everything. He was like to everything, Gesan, piece by piece, Gesan. Now, the core battle was the rights at arrest, firstly. All right. At the center of this re-examination was one exclusive legal issue where Bongani Ndanzi, Ndanzi's constitutional rights properly explained at the moment of arrest, right? That's the question. Where Bongani Ndanzi's constitutional rights properly explained at the time of arrest. Because in South African law, Section 35 of the Constitution is equal to right to be informed of the rights immediately. Criminal Procedure Act plus case law is equal to failure here can poison everything that follows. That includes confessions, pointing out, and statements. Okay? No. Now, so Ramsipile's job is in re-exam was surgical. Re-anchor Ndanzi's version and expose gaps in the state witness Mogane type evidence. Mogane's type of evidence, right? Now, what the state via Mogane was trying to prove is through officers like Mogane, Mabena, the state's narrative was simple. Rights were explained, possible in multiple languages, English, Zulu, Tswana, and then Ramsipile was so shady and said, and in all South African languages. In all of the languages. Oh, Ramsipile, you can be so shady, say. You can be so shady. You are so flippin' shady, okay? Now, also, arrest was lawful and procedurally clean. This is critical because if rights were properly explained, it's easier for Mogane to say confessions become easier to admit. If not, everything becomes constitutionally tainted. All right. Now, Ramsipile's re-exam strategy, the real move that he put. Okay. Ramsipile didn't try to argue in re-exam. He did something more powerful. Guys, it was 2.5 hours when he did all these powerful moves, when he was pulling all the stops, 2.5 hours, Gesan. Now, firstly, recent Ndanzi's denial. He reinforced that Ndanzi was never informed of his rights, no warrant shown, no proper explanation in a language he understood. This is key legally. Re-exam is not for new evidence. It is for repairing damage from cross-examination. So he locked Ndanzi back into a clear, consistent denial. Clock that? Yes. Secondly, collapses the multiple languages claim. The state tried to say rights were explained in several languages. Ramsipile's counter through Ndanzi, the officer couldn't even speak proper isiZulu. So how could he explain rights properly? This is devastating because rights must be explained in a language the accused understand, not just recited. Now, this turns a procedural claim into a credibility collapse. Thirdly, shift from what was said, what was understood. This is where Ramsipile was very sharp. He subtly reframed the issue, not did the officer say the rights, but did Ndanzi understand them? That shift matters because courts don't care about formal compliance. They care about substantive fairness. If understanding is missing, that means rights are violation. Baloyi was sitting there, Sanala. Baloyi was sitting there while Bem slicer into pieces, and Uramza was not caring in the world. Uramza was fighting. Boss moves were pulled. Kesan. Point number 4, close the door on state recovery. I like this because he did on every point that he started moving into. because he kept going point by point, point by point. We started with Capitec. Yeah, I don't remember which one he started with. We started with Capitec, and then we came with after Capitec, we came with Mchiako. Now we are on Mokgane. We are going to go to others. But, oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. I love it, Kesana. Now, what Ramsipile did here, he was like, I'm going to get very red zone here because I do not want Baloyi to recover from this. That was point number 4. He left no ambiguity. He ensured Ndanzi's version was clear, repeated, consistent, and shaken. So the state cannot later argue, maybe he was confused, maybe he forgot. No, the record now shows a firm denial. Now, why all of this destroys the state legally? This is where it becomes nuclear. If the court accepts Ndanzi's version, firstly, arrest becomes constitutionally defensive. Section 35 violation, no proper rights explanation. Secondly, confession is in danger. Under Criminal Procedure Act, Section 217 must be made freely and voluntarily with the full awareness of rights. If rights weren't explained, voluntariness collapses. Thirdly, chain of evidence starts to crack. Everything after arrest becomes questionable. Detention, interrogation, statements, alleged confessions. This is what the defense calls fruit of the poisonous tree logic. And Ramza was like, I'm here for it. I'm going to show you how poisonous the entire situation is. My goodness. Fourthly, state witness credibility takes a hit. Rangwana Mokgane, Baba Mokgane, did you hear that? Did you hear that? If Mokgane claims rights were explained but cannot demonstrate language ability or consistency, then the court may find version unreliable or even fabricated or exaggerated. And that was Ramsipile's work, guys. Guys, please, because what? He dealt with Mokgane's situation. Angithi Mokgane ngulo wayezenza ngathi ungcwele, holier than thou. Ramsipile was like, nah, I know what Ndanzi said, that you did not beat him, but I'm gonna drag the hell out of you. Ngizokubamba ngawo bafo ngizohuqa. Umokgane umupedi ne, but kumupedi or umtswana, mara I don't know. I think umtswana. Umokgane was like, sorry, Ramsipile was like, if umtswana no Ramsipile umtswana, he was like, homeboy, I'm going to drag you ngawo la etheni. Umdragile ke sana. Wamhuqa kwanzima yonke into. Now, Ramsipile didn't try to win the argument immediately. He did something powerful. He planted a legal landmine. Now, later in arguments, defense can say, my lord, the state failed at the first constitutional step. And once the foundation collapses, everything built on top of it is unstable. And at this point, there is nothing that he can do, Lomfana. This arrest is going to collapse the case, guys. This arrest is going to collapse the Ndanzi case, and I am here for it. I'm here for it. I'm waiting for it because Kubi. Oh, Kubi Sanalam. Yonke nje into engayo is very imbi. So how is Baloyi going to recover from this? Because Ramsipile made sure Baloyi aga recover. Ramsipile made sure ukuthi I will bury you alive. Yabona lento kokuthatha ugandaganda lanto yokomba umhlaba. That's what Ramsipile did. Wombe ingcwaba wasawugqaba wafaka uBaloyi phayana wasawugqaba wathi umhlaba phezu koBaloyi noSibanda while they are alive. That is what that re-exam of Ramsipile did to uBaloyi no colleague wakhe. That is exactly what he did. I don't care who comes from where and who heard what, but mina, what I heard was Ramsipile saying, Tani simngcwabe ephila. It was Ramza saying, Tana simngcwabe ephila anginasikhathi. Let's bury them alive. That's what they did there. And oh, Mdasekaya, they buried you alive. Baloyi, you can't come back from this. And also remind yourselves, Ubalo is not good with arguments. He can try, my lord, my lord, you know, Ubalo is not good with arguing. Ubalo is good at reading the records. Now, when argument comes, they won't be reading off records because he ain't good at that. Arguments, bazomfreisha. Bazomfreisha. Yes, for some weird reason, especially if it was not Judge Rata with his behavior. If it was Judge Ndim, even Urata, but right, it's a good thing ukuthi zifakiwe i-confessions so that kuzozwakala what is inside. Do you know what is a good thing? Is that you can take them out when you feel ukuthi no, akusiyona lento bengicabanga ukuthi sizoyibona. Yes, in the interest of justice, it's a good thing ukuthi mazifakwe. Honestly, it's a good thing. Akusabandi but kunelanganyana. It's a good thing ukuthi mazifakwe. It's a good thing in the interest of justice. But because when you listen to them, they tell you a story, a heartbreaking story. They do. They tell you a heartbreaking story. Honestly. So I'm happy that we are where we are today and everything is happening the way it's happening. I'm very happy with that. I don't know about you, but I feel like in a real court, a competent court will find the guys not guilty. And also in a competent court, the Bongani Ntanzi's so-called confessions will be thrown out, both of them. And then after there is nothing, then that means we have nothing, let's move. What do you have as evidence, state? If there's no other evidence, then I can't help you. What are your thoughts when it comes to this? Let's talk comment section. I want to hear your views. Thank you so much. Do enjoy your day. Bye-bye. I'm proud of Ramsipile though.